computer up and running here. Hey, good morning, good afternoon. May I see Eric Fett, or Pete, on page 2?
Is this for me, Judge, or?
Yeah, I think so, isn't it? Yep.
I just have one, Judge, Melissa Penton.
I've got another one. It's a City of Fort Lauderdale, MO. It's a second look.
Oh, okay.
Excuse me. I see Eric Fette on page 2 of the afternoon docket. Okay, well, I may reset him.
I don't see an Eric on page 2, Your Honor.
That's fine. Do we have Melissa Penton?
She was at North Broadway, Judge.
What's that gentleman's name right there?
Eric Fett.
Okay. Eric, I'm going to go ahead and send you to your division judge. Thank you.
Huh?
May I see Melissa Penton?
Okay.
Melissa Penton?
North, Your Honor. I'm not here.
I'm here.
Hello, ma'am.
Hi.
How are you?
Good.
Can you turn that TV around for them a little bit? So that's what I'm seeing right there. Okay? Now,
Okay, thank you.
Miss, have you already been appointed on this case, sir?
Yes, Judge.
On the MO part?
Yes.
Okay, alcohol, this is an alcohol violation. She wants to plead no contest. We'll just wrap it up today. The case is over with, and then she'll be on her way.
She has 2 felonies. She's already been county sentenced on those felonies, so she's not going to be released out of jail, but
Got it.
this case will be terminated.
Ma'am, if you want to plead no contest to this alcohol violation, it's over with today. Do you understand that?
Every time served on my
What?
on the other charges.
She received probation.
Understand.
Okay.
I didn't understand. What did she say?
She said she'll be out.
Right. Yes, ma'am. Would you like to plead no contest today?
Yes, that's fine.
You understand we're not having a trial. The case is wrapped up right now.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, ma'am. How do you plead?
No contest?
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll withhold
All right.
adjudication. I don't think you need this, do you?
Thank you, Judge.
Okay. No action on the felony, right?
Good case.
There you go. Okay, so what can I do for you?
Judge, if I may, I'd like to call Mario Vallahardis in the middle of page 14. Michael Becker on his behalf. He's in the main jail.
Okay.
I hope everyone's paying attention. This is
What's
going to be a
his
good
last
one.
name?
Vallahardis, Vallahardes.
Mario Vallahardis,
Pretty
please.
straightforward. Guy's a drug dealer, showed up with drugs.
Excuse me.
You all right, Judge?
Yeah, I'm getting by.
All right.
Mario
There it is.
Valladares. Hey, good afternoon, sir. You're being represented by an attorney. You don't need to make any comments today. Allow your attorney to speak on your behalf. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes.
Okay. Sir, could you state your name for the record?
Michael Becker on behalf of Mario Vallahardis. Valladares.
Mr. Becker, he's charged with 2 counts of trafficking in methamphetamine, 1 count of possession of GHB.
Right.
And go ahead.
I've read the A form, Judge. It was handed to me by the state. My only argument is the way he's charged. He allegedly showed up in a hotel room at the W Hotel, and he had all the weight on him in one location. I think the statute reads that if the defendant is found in possession of, which he was, he's still within the 28 to 200 gram range. So instead of just giving him one bond of 100,000, the police, the way they wrote it up, they're trying to stick him with an additional $100,000 bond. Okay.
Found to be in possession of 2 baggies containing a total of 60. You know what? It's probably going to be charged.
Those are big
I would think
baggies.
it's going to be charged as 1 count probably in the end. Don't you think, State?
Probably.
Probably. So we'll just talk about bond on count 1. I'll ROM on count 2. How's that?
All right. Naturally, bond on count 1 is steep. I have Mr. Valahardis has been in the United States, I think, about the last 15 years. He is a legal resident. He does live in Miami Beach. He is employed. I don't see him as a flight risk. He's certainly not going to go back to Honduras. And the charges are what they are.
I understand. Let me ask, does he have a criminal record, State?
Not that I see,
Do
Judge.
you know how long he's lived here in South Florida?
I think 15 years. Mario, is that correct? 15 years that you've lived in South Florida?
12 years.
12 years. Okay.
Let me ask, does he have a passport?
Do you have a passport?
Yes.
Okay, is your passport here in South Florida?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
At home.
Okay.
We can turn in the passport if you'd like.
Do you have any comment about bond, State?
Your Honor, just when sending the bond, even with no criminal record, count 1 carries a 3-year minimum mandatory prison sentence if convicted. There appears to be strong evidence against him for at least the 1 count, Your Honor. Negotiating a deal and then showing up at the agreed upon location with a total of over 90 grams of methamphetamine, Your Honor.
I'm going to lower his bond date at $20,000 on count 1. Count 2, ROR. Count 3 is $1,000. Total bond's $21,000 today. I'm going to order that he has a passport surrender before he's released from custody. All right.
Okay. Who has your passport, Mario?
It's at home and
Okay.
and
I'll get it. I'll get it.
Sir, the passport, you're not allowed to seek a replacement passport. You're not allowed to have a passport in your possession while you're out on release. You're not allowed to leave the Tri-County area, Miami-Dade, Broward, West Palm. You're not allowed to board an aircraft. You're not allowed to go to an airport. You're not allowed to board a boat, an ocean-going vessel, and you're not allowed to go into a port facility. Is that understood?
Say yes.
Yes.
Okay, got it.
Passport surrender to the clerk, Your Honor?
Yes.
Okay, that's the, is it the clerk here or is it the clerk in the jail?
Clerk's
Clerk
here.
here. You get a
Okay.
receipt, then you take it to the jail. The bondsman knows how to do it. All right?
Judge, thank you very much. Have a wonderful day. Feel
you.
better. Enjoy.
Okay, let me ask. Okay.
These will be
That way. Outside.
I think there's 3 or 4 judges from Hollywood.
Right. Okay, I'm going to call up some municipal ordinance cases here real quick. I see Danny Warren,
Danny, come on up.
Horatio Carabeo,
Every good lawyer. But
Mark Hughes, Edward Christie.
Christy, where you at? Get on the line. Line up, guys. One line. Behind each other. One line behind each other.
Okay, Danny Warren, sir, you're here for, would you like me to appoint an attorney for you, Mr. Warren? You get a free attorney. Would you like one?
I guess, yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to appoint Mr. Shade to represent you.
I don't know if anything was
Mr.
done on
Shade,
him or not,
he's got,
but I don't know if the clerk has.
let me see here, 3 different
I think he probably just went back up to his
soliciting,
office.
panhandling, and traffic. He was in here, I think, last month for the same thing.
yeah, I remember him, Judge. He's been here several times.
Yep, so I'm going to go ahead and set his bond at 100 per count, and he can bond out of jail. I appointed Mr. Shade to represent you, sir. Thank you. How about Horatio Carabello?
Yo, Danny, go that way.
Sir, Mr. Carabello, do you speak English?
No.
Inglés?
Poquito.
Poquito. Can you call Spanish for me? Okay.
That's what Judge was calling.
Siete say por favor. What about Mark Hughes?
Right here, Your Honor.
Mr.
Right.
Hughes?
Yes, sir.
Panhandling, sleeping on city property, open container of alcohol. Mr. Hughes, how long have you been down here in South Florida, sir?
About 8 years, sir.
Are you currently employed?
No, sir, but I do have an apartment.
Do you have money in the bank?
No, sir.
State, can you tell me when the last time Mr. Hughes came through?
One moment, Judge.
Is this a Hollywood case, Judge?
Yeah, except the last one is Fort Lauderdale. The last one is open container of alcohol.
What's the number?
It's, let me see, 839614.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? That's interesting. Hold on.
It's like, no, that was basically,
Excuse me.
I was actually perfectly sober.
He hasn't been arrested in Broward since October of 2014.
Mr. Would you like me to appoint an attorney to represent you today, Mr. Hughes?
Yes, sir.
So I'm going to appoint Mr. Shate. Mr. Shate, if he wants to plead no contest all these, we'll resolve them today. He'll be done with them. They'll be closed. He'll be out of jail.
Okay, perfect.
Sir, would you like to plead no contest to each and every one of these counts?
Yes, sir.
Will be done. The cases are over with. Is that what you want to do?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
How do you
I plead
plead,
no
sir?
contest. No
Okay, I'm
contest.
going to withhold adjudication on each and every count, all right?
Call,
Thank you.
Thank you.
How about Edward Christie?
Yo.
Mr. Christie, open container of alcohol. Sir, can you afford to hire your own attorney?
No, sir.
Would you like me to appoint an attorney for you today? A free
Yeah, I
attorney?
was kind of hoping to resolve this
We
today.
can do that. I just want to clear up. Do you need an attorney or do you not need an attorney? It doesn't matter to me.
I'll plead no contest.
Okay, let me ask you again. Do you need an attorney or do you not need an attorney?
No, I don't need this.
Okay. You plead no contest, case is over with. You're not going to have a trial. It's wrapped up right now. Is that what you want to do?
Yes, sir. No
Okay.
contest.
I'll accept that. I'll withhold adjudication. Good luck, sir, all right?
Thank you very much.
No problem. Appreciate it. I think that's it, right?
We have that Spanish guy coming to wait for you. I can wait for a couple minutes.
Now. You see, George Mueller.
Steve's here to learn.
President Maine.
All right. Now. Okay. Now, would you raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Do you also swear to translate from English to German, German to English, truthfully and to the best of your ability?
You can help me.
Okay,
I
put
want
your
to
hand out.
receive in my mobile phone.
Now speak up. Tell us your name.
I'm George Kobo.
George Kobo?
Kober.
Over. And George, I solicited you and your two Swiss friends here from the Language Academy down the street from the courthouse. Is that correct?
Yes.
And you're a student there, right?
Yes.
Now, you're from where?
I'm from Germany.
Which part?
the southern part of Germany.
So your native language is German?
Yes,
But you've also told me you're educated in English also, is that correct?
that's correct.
Okay, now you haven't acted as a translator in the past, right?
No.
But today you're doing it just out of the goodness of your heart, right?
Yeah,
Okay, so can you help us through this hearing?
I hope so.
Okay. Now, the gentleman we have, his last name is Muller. How do you say that? Mueller?
Müller.
Mueller. Okay, could you tell him, good afternoon, Mr. Mueller?
Guten Nachmittag, Herr Müller.
Okay. Now, you can also look at that monitor there. Okay. Now, Mr. Mueller, you've been charged with theft.
Herr Müller, Sie wurden angeklagt wegen Diebstahls.
You've also been charged with battery, hitting someone.
Außerdem wurden Sie angeklagt, weil Sie jemanden geschlagen haben.
Do you understand, Mr. Mueller?
Haben Sie das verstanden?
Mr. Mueller, are you in the United States on vacation right now?
Sind Sie hier für Urlaub?
Okay. When do you intend on leaving the United States?
Judge, for the record, I have to object to a certified German interpreter not being used for a critical stage of the proceeding. The gentleman before the court is not a certified court interpreter
Understand.
and has not testified in the past.
For the record, I
So
go
I
so
want
far
the
to
court
say
to
I
note
think
my
he understands the
objection for
judge
the record.
perfectly because he's answering your questions for the translation.
Mr. Mueller, do you speak English?
Yes.
And if you look at the PC, he communicated with this officer and the taxi driver, no problem.
I'm curious why Mr. Mueller didn't tell us that yesterday, but all right.
I told it.
Your Honor,
Yes.
So
Mr. Mueller said that he wanted to go ahead forward yesterday in English, and they said no. He said no, that we would go ahead and wait for the interpreter.
Who said that? Who said to wait for the interpreter? Do you know?
You did, sir.
I did?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay, well, we'll forget about that for the time being. All right, so, now. It's not supposed to be mine. All right. So, Mueller, do you understand what we're saying today? What we're doing?
Yes, exactly.
Oh, well, there you go. All right, well, you'll still get paid anyway, right, sir? And anyway, just as a point of, even if Mr. Mueller could not speak English, the choices that the court had were not very good. We either use someone who is not a certified interpreter or we couldn't communicate with them. And if I had those two choices, I would have to go with someone who maybe isn't a certified interpreter rather than have someone in a foreign language just sit in jail and not know what's going on. We have no German interpreter available. So we have to be practical and try to help people, but that's another story. So, okay, you can have a seat.
Okay.
We'll be right back with you, all right? So, Mr. Mueller, do you have any money in the bank?
Yes, enough.
Okay. All right, sir. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to set your bond on count one. You allegedly took a taxi cab and didn't pay the taxi cab. And then allegedly you got physical with the taxi cab driver. So count one, the court's going to set that bond at 500. Count two at 1,000. You can bond out of jail. Thank you,
Judge,
sir.
we need a phone order. He has his contacts in his property.
Yes, sir. I'll order that. Thank you. Okay. Now, we're just going to take.
It's right behind Foz, looking down the, I forget his name. Mario something?
Okay.
There was a rollover from this morning, so
Oh, okay.
it may not be
No
on
problem.
there.
No problem. Good afternoon, Your Honor. Spanish interpreter present.
Okay. There you go. Excuse me, ma'am, do you swear or affirm to translate from English to Spanish, Spanish to English truthfully and to the best of your ability?
I will, Your Honor. Luis Angela Lopez, LPZ, Spanish interpreter for the courthouse.
Okay. May I see Horacio Carabello?
Señor Carabel.
I'm going to appoint Mr. Shea to represent Mr. Carabello today.
Voy a asignarle el señor, pardon me, what was your name? El señor Shade para que lo represente. Es un señor abogado de oficio de la ciudad.
It is alleged you were drinking a beer in public.
Señor, se alega que usted estaba consumiendo una cerveza en público.
Would you like to plead guilty or no contest to this case today?
¿Quiere usted un momento, señor, ¿quiere usted declararse culpable o no disputo para resolver su caso hoy?
Okay, culpable.
Perdón, señor, ¿dijo usted soy culpable?
Yes.
I am guilty.
Okay, do you understand you're not going to have a trial? The case is over with today?
¿Comprende, señor, que usted no va a tener un juicio? ¿El caso se va a terminar hoy?
Yes.
Yes.
Hey.
I understand.
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to accept that. Mr. Shade, how do you feel?
I find it, I think we should accept it.
Application.
Acepto eso, dice el señor juez, y le pregunta al señor abogado que le han asignado si él está de acuerdo. Dice que sí. El señor juez le da el fallo mínimo.
Hey.
Thank you.
Gracias, señor.
Thank you. May I see
Judge, we have two more Spanish interpreters that are required to serve as a Spanish interpreter.
Go ahead.
Judge, on page 3, the domestic violence case, Jose Gallegos Rivera requires to serve as a Spanish interpreter.
Señor Gallego Rivera.
Jose?
Gallegos Rivera.
Okay. Sir, you've been charged with domestic violence, battery.
Señor, lo acusan de agresión corporal en violencia intrafamiliar.
Court finds probable cause.
La corte encuentra motivo fundado para detenerlo.
It's alleged you punched your girlfriend in the eye,
Se alega que usted le dio un puño en el ojo a su novia,
causing injury to her face.
causándole lesiones en su rostro.
She claims this is the third time you've been violent towards her.
Ella dice que esta es la tercera vez que usted causa agresión corporal hacia ella.
State, is there a criminal record on this defendant?
No, Judge.
Le pregunta al señor fiscal si hay antecedentes penales en su nombre y él dice que no, el señor fiscal.
Sir, how long have you lived in South Florida?
¿Cuánto hace que vive en el sur de la Florida, señor? ¿Perdón?
Un mes, más
o
menos un mes.
Approximately a month.
What do you do for work right now?
¿Qué hace como trabajo, señor? ¿A qué se dedica?
En los caballos.
Horses.
Caballos de carreras.
Do you have money in the bank?
I'm sorry, race horses. Pardon me.
Do you have money in the bank?
¿Tiene dinero en el banco, señor?
No.
No.
Okay. So based on the level of violence and what appears to be a history of violence,
Señor, basado en el nivel de violencia y el historial que tiene de violencia,
we'll set your bond at $5,000 today.
la Corte impone una fianza de $5,000 hoy.
You are not allowed to have any contact directly or indirectly with the alleged victim, Miss Mena.
No puede tener contacto ni directo ni indirecto con la señora Meña.
You must stay 500 feet from her at all times.
Deben permanecer alejado de ella 500 pies a todo momento.
You are not allowed to possess any guns, any weapons while you're out on release.
No se le permite que tenga en su posesión, que sea usted dueño de armas o municiones, mientras que usted está bajo libertad.
Thank you.
Gracias.
Another Spanish over there?
Yes, Judge. Two more.
Okay.
Limas, what page?
Which page, I'm sorry?
Page 11.
Who is it?
Leonardo Limas. Petty theft.
Thank you.
What's his name? The one sitting down. He's on the second one?
Yeah.
MO?
You're charged with petty theft, quick offense probable cause.
Señor, lo acusan de hurto menos cuantioso y la corte encuentra motivo fundado para detenerlo.
It's alleged you stole multiple bottles of wine.
Se alega que usted se robó, se hurtó múltiples botellas de vino.
Court finds probable cause.
El tribunal encuentra motivo fundado para detenerlo.
Are you currently employed?
¿Está usted trabajando en la actualidad?
Sí.
Yes.
What type of work is that?
¿Qué clase de trabajo hace?
Antes trabajaba en pintura, pero ahorita soy homeless.
¿Pero ahorita en qué?
Soy homeless.
He said, before I was working as a painter, but now I am working as a... The interpreter was not able to understand. May the interpreter inquire as to the...
Go ahead.
Señor, ¿qué fue lo que dijo el segundo trabajo?
He's a possession of marijuana previously.
Señor,
Disculpe,
¿cómo se llama el segundo trabajo?
pintura.
¿Y el otro?
Solamente pintura.
I have just been working as a painter.
Do you have any money in the bank?
¿Tiene dinero en el banco?
No.
No.
Do you have a current address?
¿Tiene una dirección en la actualidad?
No, estoy viviendo en la calle.
No, I'm living on the street.
Okay, your bond today is going to be $100 based on your criminal record, the facts of the case. Thank you.
Basado en su antecedente penal y los hechos del caso, le impone una fianza de $100.
You want to make an announcement? Who else do you have over there for Spanish? Thank you, sir.
Gracias, señor.
One more on the second look docket.
Who's that?
Cesar Garia Zelia.
I'm sorry.
Sarah Zalea.
Zelaya.
Page 4 here. Thank you.
That's what I said.
Page 4.
You're charged with trespassing.
Have you-
You'd like to
also.
plead no contest to this charge today.
Señor, lo acusan de estar en un lugar sin autorización. ¿Quisiera resolver su caso hoy?
Sí.
Yes.
Do you understand we're not going to have a trial? You're not going to have your day in court? It's wrapped up right now.
¿Comprende, señor, que usted no va a tener un juicio en su caso, ni va a tener que venir a la corte? Hoy se termina el caso.
How many people?
Sí.
Yes.
2:30. You don't have any paperwork.
How do you plead, sir? Guilty or no contest?
¿Cómo se declara, señor? ¿Culpable o no disputo? No contest.
Court accepts that.
Acepto
We'll withhold
eso.
adjudication. Thank you.
I'm so sorry, Your Honor.
Court's going to accept that. We'll withhold adjudication.
Acepto su declaración y le doy el fallo mínimo, dice el señor juez, señor. El caso se terminó.
Thank you.
Okay, gracias.
Gracias.
I see Amari Green.
Who?
Amari Green, page 6. Second work docket.
Oh, Mr. Green? Amari Green? No. He's at Conti, Judge.
So recall from last week.
And raise your right hand, ma'am. You swear or affirm to tell the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes.
Put your hand out. Tell us your name.
Madeline Gutierrez, Amar.
Yep.
Where are you from?
I'm from Miami.
But I mean.
I'm Dominican.
No, what I meant is, are you from an organization? Or you?
I'm his
family?
mother.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay, I thought you were from.
No.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Okay. Do we know where Amari Green is? Conti, do you have Amari Green up there? Somebody call it. Do you have Amari Green?
No, sir. I'll get him right up here.
Could you do that? Thank you. Could you have a seat for a minute? We'll call you back in a minute. Thank you. Okay. You see Diana Rizzo?
North Broward.
Ms. Rizzo, you're charged with domestic battery. Court finds probable cause. I think it's a cross arrest. I think your boyfriend was arrested also, Darby Padilla.
Yes.
Do we have a criminal record on Miss Rizzo?
One moment. Do you have anything?
No.
Go ahead.
She's currently employed working as an ice cream shop server. She's been there for about a year. She lives with her mom, that is not living with the victim, so contact with living up in the problem. She currently doesn't really want your property. She does pay her mom $150 a month for her bills. She also has local family and mom's brother assistant. Aunt really she just bought her out that way. She doesn't have any funds. And also to note in the PC. Initial physical altercation is that first initially.
Got it stated in the prayers.
No, Judge.
Ma'am, I'm going to release you on your own recognizance today, but I'm going to order that you have no contact with Darby Padilla directly or indirectly. Don't call him, text him, email him. Stay 500 feet from him at all times. That is where he lives, works, goes to school, anywhere in between. You're not allowed to possess any guns, any weapons while you're on release. Thank you, ma'am. Now, may I see Darby Padilla? Darby Padilla. Okay, now, Mr. Padilla, you're charged with domestic battery by strangulation and aggravated battery on a pregnant woman. Court finds probable cause. Excuse me. State, do we have a criminal record on Mr. Darby Padilla?
We're checking, Judge.
No. Mr. Afsal, do you have anything you want to add today?
Judge, I believe this is the first time he was arrested. He's lives in Pembroke Pines. He grew up in Miami. His dad is currently out of town. He's in Colombia right now. He would be relying on him to post a bond. He's been residing in the apartment for 2 months. He has no present ability to bond. The apartment, the alleged victim doesn't live at the apartment. He can reside there. Would the court consider pretrial release?
No, but the court will give a bond and take into consideration that there was mutual combat here. However, the court does always consider when there's an imbalance in a mutual combat. And obviously, Mr. Padilla, I see he's 5'6", 210 against a pregnant female, so there's a little bit of a imbalance there, and the court's concerned for safety. He's charged with much more serious charges than she was. His bond on count 1 will be $1,500, count 2 will be $1,000. The court will order that he has no contact with Miss Rizzo. Do not call her, do not text her, do not email her. Stay 500 feet from her at all times. That's where she lives, works, goes to school, anywhere in between. You're not allowed to possess guns, weapons, firearms, or ammunition while you're on release.
Thank you, Judge. Can we get a phone order?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Layla Garland.
Present at the main. You gotta go.
Battery, domestic violence related, tampering with evidence. The court finds probable cause. Are there any priors on Miss Garland?
No, Judge.
No criminal record. Was there any contact with the alleged victim, ma'am? Okay, Mr. Afsal, do you have anything you'd like to say?
Yes, Judge. I'm going to ask for a photo order. She's a stay-at-home mom. She lives in a house with her husband. She takes care of her children. Her children are 11 years old, and 7 years old. She's a resident of South Florida for 15 years. She has no money in the bank and no property. She said she could live at a girlfriend's house, but she doesn't have the address with her at this juncture.
Okay.
But it seems that, and I just also want to say to the court that she was trying to call the cops too.
Okay, I understand.
So,
go ahead.
Well, why didn't you tell me that was there?
Where's that from? All right. Ma'am, do you have family here other than Mr. Garland?
No.
No parents or
No.
sisters or brothers, anything like that?
No.
Okay. Okay, ma'am, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna release you on your own recognizance on both counts. I'm gonna order that you limit your contact with Mr. Garland to telephone only for the time being. Don't come within 500 feet of him. Don't call. Don't go to his work. Don't go wherever he's living. Stay away from him. You're not allowed to possess any guns or weapons while you're on release. You can call him on the telephone because you have children and you need to arrange that. But other than that, I want you to limit your contact to that. All right? Thank you, ma'am.
You're getting out today, but you can only talk to him on the phone. You can't have in-person contact with him, so you got to go to your girlfriend's place.
Did I?
Your Honor, Green's in county.
They also have the one, vegetarian client at main jail, so I wanted to know if you wanted her here or she's at main jail, so I'll call her.
Okay, can you call him and ask him to bring her to the courtroom? So, okay, I think that's your Amari Green. Could you turn on the mic at Conti? Thank you. Ma'am, do you swear or raise your hand? Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay, put your hand out. Tell us your name.
Madeline Gutierrez.
Ms. Gutierrez, you're the mother of Amari Green?
Yes.
Okay, ma'am. You came up from Miami, am I correct?
Yes.
Ma'am, your son has been charged with petty theft and grand theft.
Yes.
Let me ask you, do you intend to bond him from the jail, ma'am?
No.
Why is that?
Well, we're kind of low on funds right now, and I was thinking that because this is his real, first offense like this, I was hoping that maybe the courts will release him to me and I can try to take him back to his mental health doctor. He's been
off mental health issues?
Yes.
But he also, from what I understand, he has drug issues too.
Did they do a drug test on him?
I don't know that anybody did a drug test, but I found that out from being the last time he was in court. I put him in a drug program in the jail. I was told that he was involved in drugs. He had a mental health issue, but he also had a drug issue. I think I was told last time he was kind of drifting from Miami all the way up to Fort Lauderdale.
He was.
He
ran away from home. We reported him missing out of Miami Gardens.
Right.
I was just going to say, and that's the concern, and it mentions in the report that at the time of his arrest, the officer ran a teletype and saw that he was reported missing. And that's my concern about just releasing him, is should he decide, well, I'm going to run away again.
He promised to go back home and go back to the doctor, but if he was in substance abuse and he has issues, then he needs to get help.
Well, I agree, but here's the problem. I'm not sure that a promise from him is really going to, if he promises he's going to do that. He was already roaming, and those are my words, roaming the streets. He was out on his own.
Yes.
I don't know that at this stage his frame of mind, if he's got some drug issues, that getting a promise from him is going to be something I would rely a lot on.
Yes.
Do you have a facility we could put him in?
I wanted to take him back to Jackson North over to Crisis and have them stabilize him and get him back on his meds.
Okay, who's going to transport him there?
Because when he was on his meds, he's I don't know.
BSO transport him
Can I
there?
just...
Not out of county?
They can take him to...
Excuse me, sir.
Hold on. The sheriff's office will not take him to Dade. They'll take him to Broward, not to Dade.
Can they take him to Broward Crisis here?
I guess they could. Can you arrange that?
Yes.
Well, I'll have him sent there if they'll take him.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. Do we know if one of they'll take him to? What do we know about this facility? Can you just walk in and out? All right.
Well, it's already out there now, so Go ahead. Do you
I
have
would-
anywhere to?
Because I'm not familiar with Broward County, he has been in and out of hospitals in Miami about a dozen times in crisis.
Sir, we're going to reset your case for 1 p.m. on Friday, all right? Your mom's going to work on getting you into a facility, all right?
I have something to say.
What's that?
I rather just spend my time in here. I'm not going to a facility. I rather just spend my time in here.
Okay. Well, we'll talk about it on Friday, okay? Thank you. You set the showman for Friday 1.
May we approach?
Sure. Now, all right, Dana Reed.
She's using the restroom, Judge.
Okay. How about Christopher Trianfo?
Present at the main. Miss Chase, can you do a photo order on Dana Reed? Wake up, Christopher. Come on up. Yep. Your turn.
Good morning, Judge.
Judge, I'm going to ask for a mental health and medication screen.
I'll order that. Sir, you've been charged on count 1, domestic violence.
Yes.
Court finds
I
probable
understand.
cause. Do we have any criminal record on this gentleman?
Just an arrest for battery in 2010. It was domestic violence in nature against the same alleged victim. It's her mother. His mother. Charge was dropped.
Okay. Ma'am, was there any contact with the alleged victim? Okay, Mr. Russell, do you have any comment today?
Judge, he grew up down here, was living in Pompano Beach with his mom. He could live with a girlfriend in Boca. He's currently gainfully employed, working in sales with dental equipment, dental sales. Yeah. He has about $100 in the bank and owns no property. I would ask the court to set the bond at $1,000.
Sir, the court notes that you allegedly pushed your mother, causing her to fall, hit the back of her head on a table in the home, causing a minor laceration. However, she had to be transported to the Imperial Point Hospital. And the court does note the level of violence. The court does know you've been arrested for a domestic battery on your mother. In 2010, that case was dropped. And the court is concerned for her safety at this time. The court's going to set your bond today at $7,500. Order no contact directly or indirectly with Phyllis Trianfo. Do not call her, do not text her, do not email her. Stay 500 feet from her at all times. I'm going to order also a monitor. Stay 500 feet from her at all times. That's where she lives, works, goes to school, anywhere in between. You're not allowed to possess any guns, any weapons, any firearms while you're on release. You're going to have a GPS monitor. I'm going to waive the cost. That'll be level 1 to ensure that you stay away from your mother. Thank you.
Judge, can we call a case at a... I'm sorry, Judge.
Go ahead.
If we could call a case at a turn, Joshua Cervera, it should have been treated as a DV, but it wasn't labeled as it, so it was with the rest of the docket.
Joshua Cervera.
Yeah. Sir, you gotta walk.
Outside and have
Me? Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I'm sorry. It's an Agbat in the...
Yes, sir. Outside. Finish. That way. Yeah, he did.
Mr. Cervera, you've been charged with battery on a person 65 years of age or older. Court finds probable cause. State, do we have any criminal record?
Yes, Your Honor. It makes reference to it in the PC, but I want to give the court a little bit more detail. Because, Your Honor, I'm very concerned for the victim's safety.
Allegedly a 79-year-old woman, Maureen Pritchard.
Your Honor, he's been arrested twice before, twice in 2013 for battery against the same alleged victim. The second time he was arrested in December of 2013. It states that one evening while his grandmother was watching TV, he came home drunk, began asking for money, fearing that he would hurt her. When he found out she had none, she exited the residence and ran towards the building elevator. She advised that she got to the elevator, he caught up to her and grabbed her by her robe, slapped her on the face, striking her nose, causing her to bleed. When they returned to the residence, he asked her again if she had money. When she told him she didn't have any, he slapped her on the right side of her face, causing her to receive a black eye, Your Honor. In that case, Then she stated during the same week, one evening, when he again was drunk and demanding for money, he began calling her profanities, demanded she give him $10,000. When she advised she didn't have she didn't have that kind of money, he told her, "I'll bash your face."
Is that the second?
No, this is all from that report, Your Honor. Your Honor, you set the bond in that case at $75,000 with pretrial release of the GPS. Now, granted, in each case, the charges were dropped, Your Honor. I'm looking at your notes. He also had a 2007 DUI with a violation of probation, attempted possession of cocaine, 07, 2 possessions of cocaine, 05, and 04. He had an aggravated battery and domestic violence battery.
04?
Yes.
Aggravated battery and DV battery?
Actually, you know what, Your Honor? It looks like he crossed off the ag-bat, just the domestic violence battery. 2000 burglary and grand theft. And he's had 2 previous failures to appear in court.
Okay, were those 13 batteries dropped?
They both were, Your Honor, and that wasn't me, Judge. That was, I'm sure what you said. It was, they were both dropped in 2013.
This is the defendant's grandmother, right?
Yes, it is, Your Honor. We confirmed that with Sunrise PD.
Okay. Okay. Mr. Axel, what would you like to say?
Judge, I understand that the state said that the 2013 case was dropped and they were going into the facts of the case. Just want to remind the court that they're responsible for filing the information and deciding what to do with the case, and they decided that there wasn't enough to prove these charges beyond a reasonable doubt. So I would ask the court not to consider that and give it great weight as to setting a bond in the case. Judge, he does have a place to live separate and apart from the victim. He grew up down here. He has no money in the bank. He owns no property. I would ask the court to set a reasonable bond in this matter.
Sir, the court will consider the facts of the 2 batteries that were dropped against your grandmother in 2013. There is a exception in Florida law regarding domestic batteries which have been dropped or null prost. The court can still consider those, and the court will consider the facts of those cases, the alleged facts. And the court has a vague memory, very vague, of those cases when you came through, but the court took notes on those. The 113 battery, you were drunk, threatening your grandmother, who now, she's 79, I imagine she was, 77 back then? Slapped her in the face twice, gave her a black eye back then, allegedly committed another battery on your 77-year-old grandmother back then. 2007, a DUI, attempted cocaine possession. 2005, 2 cocaines. An arrest for aggravated battery in 2004. Conviction for domestic battery in 2004. 2000, burglary and grand theft. You don't show up in court is evidence 2 times. So if you have a history of violence on your grandmother, she's 79 years old, and in the case we're here on today, says you wouldn't give her money, she wouldn't give you a debit card, allegedly smacked her in the mouth. She's 79 years old. Split her lip, gave her a bloody lip, and it says in the police report, 3rd time you've been arrested for abusing your grandmother. And I do note that you are 6'3", 190 pounds, and 34 years old. So, the court will, court's going to give you a bond of $100,000 this time, $75,000 last time. That seemed to not discourage you after that from becoming violent with your grandmother. Pretrial release, GPS monitor, level 1. Court will waive the cost of the monitor. Court believes you represent an extreme danger to your grandmother. The court will order that you have no contact with your grandmother, directly or indirectly. That's Maureen Pritchard. You must stay 500 feet from her at all times. You're not allowed to come within 500 feet of where she lives, works, goes to school, anywhere in between. You're not allowed to possess guns, weapons, firearms, or ammunition while you're on release. When the court says no contact with your grandmother, that means no direct contact, no calling, no texting, no emailing, no notes, no indirect contact. You can't have anyone contact her on your behalf. Thank you, sir. How about Dana Reed?
President of the Maine.
Is this a DV that we use? Jill, what? Jill, do you have a thing?
Ms. Reed, you've been charged with aggravated battery with a deadly weapon. The court finds probable cause. Allegedly threw an unknown a blunt object, striking a woman. Quanti fascia in the face, leaving a 1-inch laceration above her eyebrow. She's your sister. Excuse me. State, do you have a criminal record on Dana Reed?
One moment, Your Honor. Patrice, what do you have on probation for? Out of Broward? Okay, I just didn't know if it'll show what county though. Okay, I see that. It wasn't showing up. Yes, Your Honor, she is on probation until May 15th of 2017 for dealing in stolen property and false ownership info. 13-16502 CF10A.
Ma'am, I'm going to set your bond at $5,000 today. Based on your criminal record, the facts of the case, I'm going to order you have no contact with your sister, Quanti Fashaw, directly and indirectly. Stay 500 feet from her at all times. You're not allowed to possess guns, weapons, firearms while you're out on release. The court's going to order you be held pursuant to Florida Statute 948 on 13-16502 CF10. You'll be held without bond. Thank you.
Just, will the court sign a photo order?
Sure. April Gonzalez, Lisa Stedman, Ladina Robert.
April Gonzalez is a medical reset.
We're going to reset her for Thursday in the PM. How about Lisa Stedman?
No Broward, Your Honor.
Ms. Stedman, petty theft, count 1, 102 drug paraphernalia. 3 and 4 are warrants for theft and for expired driver's license. They're both $500. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank
you. Could you ever sit in the front row? Could I ask you to slide down? Where's Ladina Robert? Ma'am, you have a violation of probation. That's no bond. Thank you. Please, here, I have it right here. Okay. Could you bring her up here for me?
Sure.
Thank you. Stand right there.
Patrice can handle herself. I know that. She got her pencil. You got your pencil? Patrice.
Hello. Good. What is your name?
Patrice. Patrice.
My name is John Hurley. I'm your judge today. Nice to meet you. I'm sorry we have to meet like this. Ma'am, you've been charged with aggravated battery with a deadly weapon. Do you understand? Okay. I'm going to find probable cause today. Do you understand? That means that I believe there is minimal evidence that you committed this crime. No, I'm not saying you're... No, but I'm not saying you're guilty. I'm not saying you're guilty, but I'm saying that there's enough here at this stage to believe that you committed the crime. But you're going to have a trial. You're going to have your day in court. I'm just the first day judge, okay? Now, State, do we have a criminal record on Ms. Campos?
She was arrested February of this year for domestic violence battery against a different alleged victim. That case was dropped. Allegedly, she hit her boyfriend in the face with his phone.
Is that a different person?
Yeah, different victim. 2009, possession of cocaine with intent to sell or distribute, alprazolam, marijuana with intent to sell, and drug paraphernalia.
I'm going to repeat this for her in a moment.
Sure. 2008, violation of a domestic violence injunction. 2008, she had
How you doing?
domestic violence battery, different alleged victim. And 2004, battery on a law enforcement officer, resisting without violence. Patrice, back up still.
He just read to me your criminal record. He said that earlier this year you had been arrested for domestic battery on your boyfriend. Right. But that case was dropped. You have drug charges in the past, violating an injunction in the past.
What's wrong with you?
That's what it says. You have a prior domestic battery in 2008. Do you remember that? Okay. 2004, battery on a police officer. Okay. Now, are you currently employed? Do you have a job? What type of work do you do? Okay. Do you have money in the bank? How much would you say you have? Do you own a house? Do you own any land or property? No, I'm on. It's off? Okay, the button's on. Hold it, it's one now. Back on. I have the button on. It's been on the whole time. Just give me a moment.
No. Please don't
Okay, we're back on. We have Miss Damaris
I know,
Campos
she
here.
scared me a little bit.
And I've explained to her what she's charged with. I've gone over her criminal record, and off the record, she told me she has a couple kids that don't live with her, and she's currently pregnant. Is that right, ma'am? Okay. Now, and you have a hearing disability, is that correct? Okay. So do you understand what I've explained so far? Okay. Now, I don't want you to say anything right now, okay? I don't want you to say anything right now. You've been charged with trying to stabbing a man. This man claims that you stabbed him. He said that he was bleeding on his arm. You stabbed him with a knife. You had a butcher knife. And you were cutting up his clothing. That's what he claims. It says that stabbed him in his upper arm and in his chest. That's what he claims. It says that, okay? He said he was bleeding very seriously, bleeding. Now, did you have contact with the alleged victim, ma'am?
No, Your Honor.
Your Honor?
Yes, sir.
And I'm sorry, because I think the officer accidentally wrote the wrong victim on the PC. It appears it is the same alleged victim as the earlier arrest, because I'm looking at the victim notification form, and it's the same name. And if you look at the PC, clearly that's not a man's name.
Right.
Jill, you might want to make a note of that.
Walter
This
Spicer.
is not the victim. Maggie.
You know what, State? I think Walter Spicer's come through here before.
Your Honor, Your Honor, I don't know. I just know that Walter Spicer's not the only man that's made allegations that Ms. Campos has committed domestic violence against them.
State, when I read this, I immediately recognized the name. I was just curious if you knew about Walter Spicer.
I don't know about Walter Spicer.
Okay.
Just to clarify, basically, everything I mentioned from being stabbed in the chest, I see a laceration in the right wrist and a small puncture wound.
Okay, I'll tell you where I read that. I'll see. It's on Facebook.
And a small laceration on the wrist and a small puncture on the right upper arm.
Okay. I thought it said chest. Maybe I'm wrong. I read a lot of these every day.
It's just described as a small puncture wound, not
Okay.
the chart, but in terms of the facts, if you look at a small puncture wound, it's different than a being stabbed in the chest.
Okay. See, I'm gonna set a bond for you today, ma'am. And I'm gonna order that you have no contact with Walter Spicer. I'm going to set a bond in a moment. You're not allowed to have any contact with Walter Spicer. Don't call him. Don't text him. Stay 500 feet from him. That's where he lives, works, and you are not allowed to possess any guns or weapons if you make bond. Do you understand? Okay, I'm gonna, you have a history of drugs. You have a history of being arrested for domestic violence. So, and you have a battery on a police officer. I'm gonna set your bond today at $5,000. And I think that's a very reasonable bond under the $5,000. Well, that depends. It's between you and a bondsman. Okay, but for today, your bond's $5,000. I set your bond, you know, I think a much higher bond could have been, no, I understand, but I think a higher bond could have definitely been called for and would have been reasonable also. But taking everything into consideration, I'm going to just give you a bond of $5,000 in order you to stay away from Walter Spicer. All right? Hey, ma'am. Thank you. You want to give her a copy of this while she's standing there?
Okay,
Stay away
sure.
order? Can we do that? Just refer
There's
a copy
the
of
name
it.
of the victim on the PC affidavit. That's not correct. The name of the victim notification is the one. Let me match it up with the other cases and see.
No, I mean,
I don't know. There's no way for me to know if it's the right phone number. What I'm going to do is I'm going to check the last case that was dropped and see if our phone number's the same.
There you go. Thank you. Good luck. Take care. Okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Have a good one. You too. Maria Leon? Maria Leon?
Yes.
Ma'am, you were charged with count 1, failing to obey the police, count 2, DUI, count 2, DUI property damage, 4 DUI
last case,
property
we didn't have a
damage,
number listed,
count
so
5,
I didn't-
fleeing and eluding the police, count 6, aggravated battery. And the court finds probable cause to each and every
Well, they have
count.
this is different than the number on the PC.
Well, go ahead, tell me what about 3.
Hold on.
Her car was obviously had some damage to it, and I see the aggravated battery. I see DUI with property damage and counts.
Driver deliberately and intentionally struck the front of Sergeant Williams' vehicle with the front of her vehicle.
Right, I see that as being an aggravated battery, but in terms of two counts of DUI property damage.
Well, that would satisfy one count. And what I'm saying, it satisfies both. One, the
Well, she bonded out anyway, right?
Well, she did, and then the bondsman got off of the return. He
Okay.
posted it, then he came back.
State, how many do you see?
hold on one moment, Your Honor.
Allegations involve one police officer or that allegedly struck.
And it said he had to do a pit maneuver on her vehicle. It rotated, so he had to hit her vehicle. I don't know if that's a.
One moment, Judge.
He charged you with an aggravated battery.
Well, it says the driver then changed lanes and attempted to strike Trooper Montero's vehicle to avoid capture. He was able to take evasive action.
And then struck the front of Sergeant Williams' vehicle.
So
That's
I guess
one.
that'd be
Yeah.
it.
I'm just checking one thing about her car.
There's nothing mentioned of damage on her car.
If it's her car, that's the.
That's what I'm just checking real quick to see.
You look further? Yeah. Okay. It's not like it's okay.
Miss Leon, how long have you lived here in South Florida, ma'am?
All my life.
Okay, it's going to go to you also, Patrice. And what do you do for work, ma'am?
Private investigator.
Okay, and do you own land or property here in South Florida?
Do I own? No.
Okay. And do you have money in the bank?
Yes.
How much would you say you have in the bank, ma'am?
About 5,000.
Do you have family down here in South Florida?
Yes.
Who's going to help bond you out of jail?
I called a bail bondsman already.
Okay.
And Your Honor, just for record purposes, whatever you want to do with the bond, but for record purposes, I'm showing a DHSMV on that Mercedes-Benz. JP Morgan Chase Bank is a lien holder. It appears it's a lease, or I'm just saying that's what I believe would constitute the other count, is that technically there is another owner of the vehicle.
Ma'am, just I have a good reason for doing this. Just tell me what the first name of the bondsman is who's going to bond you out of jail.
Oscar?
Oscar? Okay.
Yes.
Stand by one moment. All right. Now, okay, we discussed the bond issue and who was posting it here among ourselves. There was a good reason for that. Now, okay, ma'am. Steve, do you have a comment about bond?
Your Honor, I mean, it's
Did you read the facts?
yeah, I did, and it was a messy DUI, Your Honor. I'll leave it in the court's discretion. I can tell you, she has no record. And wait, actually, one moment, Your Honor. I didn't see this. Okay, she did have a DWI. What's that? A DWI out of New York from 2006. So this looks like this would be a second.
Right. Okay, ma'am. I'm going to set your bond on count 1, failure to obey the police at $25. Count 2, the second DUI at $1,000. DUI property damage, count 3 and 4. Count 5, fleeing the police, $2,500 aggravated battery on the police. It's going to set that bond at $5,000. Ma'am, your total bond today is going to be 75, 85, 95, $10,500. Ma'am, I'm going to order that you're going to have pretrial release with the GPS monitor. I'm going to waive the cost of the monitor.
Please.
Ma'am, I'm going to order you're not allowed to drive unless you are able to obtain a temporary driving permit. Other than that, you're not allowed to operate a motor vehicle. You're not allowed to consume any alcoholic beverages while you're on release. Not a drop. You're going to be tested every week. I'm going to order a drug and alcohol evaluation for you. And you have to report to pretrial release within 24 hours of the time you're released from custody. What? No. But she's got to, doesn't she have to go over and get
They put her on
initial,
GPS.
No, if you said GPS, then we're gonna put the GPS monitor on her.
Right.
So it's not about her getting out and coming to report.
she doesn't have to report?
She's gonna get an ankle monitor, we'll walk.
Let's see her first. Could you put
But when
GPS
does she
on?
report there?
She's been reporting right now and there.
Okay.
She's getting out of jail.
All right, ma'am, you're gonna get an alcohol and drug test weekly, all right, ma'am?
Okay.
Okay, and that is it. Thank you very much, ma'am.
Okay.
May I help you?
I'm sorry, Judge, I'm back because I made that phone call as soon as I walked out the courtroom to Fort Lauderdale Hospital, and they ran all his insurance and they want to admit him. So Andrea, the lady in admission, said just have his medical file from the jail, and they're ready for him.
This really can't work this way.
We're going to do it on Friday.
Okay.
Friday at 1 o'clock, all right?
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You know, if you want the woman to come over, you may want to call her back and ask her if she can come to court on Friday. They do that. They have a court representative. See if she can come here at 1 o'clock.
Admissions?
whoever the person is. Say,
At the hospital?
Yeah, they have a court representative.
Oh, they have liaisons there.
Yeah, to ask if they can have a liaison come over to court.
Okay.
And explain to us what's going to go on. All right.
Okay, I'll call.
Okay.
Thank
Thanks. All right. Shane Price, Christopher Washington, and John Mattia.
Present at the main, Miss Price.
Okay. Price, your bond was posted. You'll be out shortly. Thank you.
And Your Honor, real quick before, and I apologize, I forgot again. Before we move on to the next case, on Dana Reed, where you ordered her to be held on a 94806, if you could just order the clerk's office to schedule a VOP hearing in her assigned division as soon as possible.
Schedule a VOP on Dana Reed.
Judge, can the court also do a mental health screen on Miss Reed? I forgot
Let me
to
just
ask
finish
the
your
court
order
to
and
do
I'll
that.
tell you.
I'll order a mental health screen on Miss Reed. How about
Thank you.
Christopher Washington?
He's present at the main.
Sir, do you still live on 5th Street in Fort Lauderdale, Northwest?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm going to release you on your own recognizance, all right? How about John Mattia?
Bonded.
Okay. Excuse me. How about Obada Osceola?
Bonded.
Okay, you got Dorsey Lewis. We're gonna. Where's Dorsey Lewis? Do we have both?
North Broward Jail.
All right.
We have Moon, but not Dorsey.
North Broward, Your Honor.
Dana Moon. Yeah.
From this morning.
I know.
Sir. Already
Thanks,
asked
Ted.
to be quiet.
Hey, Dorsey.
Hey, John.
Hey.
How
Sir,
you doing?
I'm doing all right. Sir, you're here for open container of alcohol. Would you like to resolve your case today?
Yeah.
If you plead no contest, the case is over with.
No contest.
Now, Mr. Dorsey, I've got a little bit of an issue. I don't have an attorney here to represent you if you needed to speak with an attorney before you said no contest. Can you do this without an attorney? Do you want me to put this off to have you speak with an attorney?
I can do it without the attorney. I don't need no mouthpiece.
Okay. All right. There you go. All right. And how do you plead to this, sir?
No contest, Your Honor.
Yeah, withhold adjudication. Good luck, sir.
Thank you.
Alfonso Campos.
Afternoon.
Hi, sir. Grand theft, count 1,002. Dealing in stolen property, 3,500. You're on probation for trafficking and drugs and burglary. You're going to be held without bond on 3 and 4 for Duval County. Thank you.
Judge, would the court sign a phone order?
Sure.
I've never been in Duval County.
He's never been. I think the probation is from here, Judge. But I'm asking the court to do a phone order to allow him to access to his phone contact so he can make sure his daughter's okay.
I will. I'll order that. I'll order a phone.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Excuse me. How about Sean Meeks, Donald Streeter?
Bonded.
Javoris McBurrows.
Streeter.
Yes, sir.
Sean
No
Meeks,
bond.
bonded.
Cool.
Yes, sir.
Donald Streeter. You're
Present.
You're here for violating parole. I do know your sister. I do know your father. I do know your mother. I know your sisters. I even had been to your house on Seminole many years ago. So I'm letting everyone know that. Do you mind if I'm your judge today to tell you you're being held no bond?
No, sir.
Okay.
Fine.
It's a no bond hold. Thank you. How about Javoris McBurrows? I have you bonded.
Bonded.
Got it. How about DeAndre Wignac?
Bonded.
Sir, another comment I'm gonna put.
How about Henderson Payne?
Present. Judge, I believe he thinks his family posted his bond.
Okay. Did he? Payne.
Yes, sir.
Henderson.
Yes, sir.
No, they asked me what your name was, so.
All right, thank you.
No problem. Okay, your bond's been posted. Yes, PC found. Thank you. How about Jared Dawson?
Who? Present at
Dawson.
the main judge.
Possession.
Judge,
Go ahead.
no, I know he's been reset. I'm just asking this court to be transferred to Veterans Court. He's a veteran of the Army. I know there are no bond holds.
Okay, count 1 PVP, 2 possession with intent to sell PVP. Count 3 paraphernalia, 1 and 2 are 1,000, 3 100, 4 and 5 misdemeanor, no bond holds. Thank you.
And I know I'm just confirming, because my understanding is there's a procedure they have to go through before you just get transferred.
It has to go to the division before it gets transferred. Thank you. Mark Perrin.
Present at the main.
Sir, possession of heroin. The court finds probable cause. Do we have any criminal record on Perrin?
I believe so. I'm pulling that right now, Judge. To check.
Judge, I believe his mom may have posted his bond if the court can look into that.
This is bond posted.
Judge, just to let you know while they're checking, he was arrested over a month ago, I believe on drug charges. It might be a mood issue. Charges are still pending, but a filing decision has not yet been made.
What's the date of arrest on that?
Date of arrest was October 6th for possession of heroin, methamphetamine, tampering with evidence, and he was released October 15th. Other than that, his other priors, theft from this year, marijuana 09. That's all I see, Your Honor.
Okay. Anything you want to tell me on behalf of this defendant, Mr. Afzal?
Judge, he's grown up down here. He lives in Dania Beach with his mom. He has no money, no property. All his family lives here. He's hoping his mom will bond him out. He thought she did, so he's inquiring if she posted bond.
Sir, it's alleged that your mother felt that you were having an overdose on drugs. Passed out, unresponsive. The police got there. You just bonded out of here a month ago. Got out of jail a month ago on a heroin and a meth, and it seems like you're back in it. You have a theft this year.
She got arrested.
So it does seem like you have a serious ongoing drug problem. I'm going to set your bond at $2,500 based on your criminal record, the facts of the case. Would you like to go into the drug program in the jail if you can't make bond?
Judge, I did speak to him about that. For now, he won't.
Okay, your bond's $2,500. Thank you. How about Jared Wagner?
No.
Sir, violating probation, no bond. Thank you. How about Mark Gurley, Jaquan Strobridge?
Your court date. Hey.
Mark Gurley?
Conti,
Your Honor.
So,
robbery by sudden snatching on count 1. Your bond initially was your bond was $5,000. Am I correct, State?
yes, Judge. Originally, it was set at $5,000 on strong arm robbery. It's been filed as a sudden snatching, and he's being held no bond on a pretrial release violation on armed robbery, I
I'm going to
believe.
reset your bond at $5,000 on count 1 for the robbery. Thank you. How about Jaquan Strobridge?
present at the main.
Your Honor, oh, never mind.
Count 1, violating probation, no bond. 2 and 3 are warrants, no bond. 4, violating probation, no bond. 5, 6, warrants, no bond. 7, violating probation, no bond. 8, warrant, no bond. 9, warrant, no bond. Thank you. How about Everton Murray?
Present at the main, Judge.
For burglary of a dwelling and grand theft.
Now, Your Honor, what happened was when he first came through, it was burglary of an occupied dwelling, and bond was set at $50,000. You said it at $50,000 pre-trial release of the GPS monitor. Now, I reviewed the information that was filed by the state. The issue is, and I imagine this is a situation that's going to have to be corrected one way or another. When the statute was put in the information for the burglary statute,
Right.
there was no subsection put, period, with regards to occupied or unoccupied. So it was treated as a change of charge. Because technically, when he came through, it was 3A, and now it's just subsection 3 without anything else. I can tell you, I reviewed the PC affidavit. The allegation was that he, this is from November 3rd, he entered, removed the front window, entered through the window, took endeavored to take a laptop computer. He removed the front window in the bedroom.
Right, while she was in bed sleeping,
She
called
was,
police. Yep, I read it.
Okay, yeah, so, I don't, based on these allegations, it seems it was very clear that she was home, so I don't know that this is a change of charge because there's a lack of evidence that it was occupied, or because the case filer simply made a mistake in not putting in the subsection.
Sir, the court's going to go ahead and reset your bond at $50,000 on count 1. Count 2 will be $1,000. Your total bond today again will be $51,000. You'll have pretrial release.
Judge, counsel is already known.
Was it?
Yeah, it shouldn't be on the booking. It's on the booking sheet, but it shouldn't be on the booking sheet.
Count 2 ROR. Count 1 $50,000 total bond today. Pretrial release GPS monitor. Waive the cost. The court will again order. Hold on, let me look see what I did before.
And
Right. The court notes that he has a 2014 petty theft, possession of stolen property. The court is concerned for the safety of the community. That's why the bond's set where it was. A woman in bed, I believe in the nighttime. 1 o'clock in the morning, somewhere in that area, she's asleep. The defendant got a window open to the house, came in, began to ransack her house. While she was asleep, she was able to call the police when she woke up. Police came and allegedly caught the man right there and allegedly gave a confession.
And Your Honor, if you want to advise Mr. Murray, he's scheduled for arraignment before Judge Hames next Tuesday, December 8th at 9:30 a.m.
Sir, you're going to see your judge, Judge Hames, next week. Thank you.
Judge, I don't think he has counsel. He's been in custody with the court. I know he has. I spoke
We're
with
appointed
him.
to the case, Faisal.
Oh, okay, he said
Public
he didn't
defender's
have.
appointed.
Thank you. What did I do with Dana Moon?
I don't know.
Judge, I have a few over here at the main jail.
I understand. Dana Moon? So your bond, Mr. Moon, is $100 for panhandling. I'm going to reset this case for tomorrow afternoon. It's a warrant for failing to show up. I'll reset it for Thursday at 1:30. Thank you. Okay, State, can you tell me which, give me 1 moment, which ones have, I can ROR?
There's actually only 3, Judge.
What?
From what I can tell, there's only 3 of them that are up for, I only got notice for 3. Rick Guerriere, Lorenzo Perkins, and Jerry Boston. And I'll check them right now.
candy shop where you can get some candy.
Well, I think she was put on probation. She worked those out a couple days ago.
She's just here for her misdemeanor case. I know. I'll explain, but she's just here for her misdemeanor. Yeah. No. Your Honor, Perkins is an ROR.
The following people, when I call your name, that means you're going to be released from custody today. You can leave the courtroom.
I know,
Jerry
but
Boston, Lorenzo
Patrice,
Perkins, and Rick Guerriere.
I know,
You're
but they
all
should have the
released on
ability
your
to
own
say.
recognizance. You can leave the courtroom. Thank you.
I mean, they should have the ability to say.
Now.
Thank you.
What do you think? Now, she probably.
Mr. Oswald, who do you have at Maine there?
Judge, come on.
Yeah.
Your name? Joseph Montgomery. Joseph Montgomery, Judge. Jeremy Montgomery.
That makes it a lot easier to slip through.
Reading your police report. To the public.
Matter of fact, we dealt with Pimpton earlier. Yeah.
All right, sir. Mr. Montgomery, I'm going to let your bond stay where you are. You can bond out, sir. You'll see your judge soon, I believe. Thank you. Okay. Send that to the division. Okay. Who else do you have, Mr. Ofsall?
Judge, I have Joseph Albert.
Okay.
So misdemeanor.
Second look, I believe.
Misdemeanor. Klaus, could you ask him to stop doing that, please?
Do what?
Scratching his nails on the desk there.
Oh,
Oh, that was me. No.
No, it was him. I was
Is that bothering you?
a little bit.
I'll make a deal with you. If you agree to an ROR, I'll tell he'll stop doing it.
We could just ask the judge to hit the mute button. I mean,
He stopped.
I know. Thank you.
No problem.
We have.
Okay. Sir, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to send yours to the Division 2.
Retreat.
I'm going to let your bond stay where it is. Thank you.
No.
That was Joseph Albert.
Who else do you have, Mr. Afsal?
Judge, I have Jesus. Jesus Vasquez Rojas.
That's.
It should have been yesterday, but I don't know what's going on.
I don't know why he's back here.
Let me check.
They may have been ad charges.
Those were yesterday.
One moment. Let me. Was he in court or something when?
Yeah, I think were you in magistrate court or were you in front of another
He was
judge?
here yesterday.
No, in magistrate court in the morning.
He was here.
Not this morning,
Yeah,
yesterday,
these are
right?
definitely ad charges because he bonded out on 1 through 3.
What are the ad charges?
They're illegal use of credit card.
That was yesterday.
No, these are the ad charges are illegal use of credit card and attempting to use ID of another person without consent.
Did I set bonds on them?
No, from what I can see, no, because the bonds were set at $2,500 each on yesterday, and these bonds are $1,000 each. So it looks like the bonds were raised yesterday.
Yeah, but the 2 ad charges, do you have bonds on them yet?
Oh, they're convenience bonds, yes.
I tell you, I
Or maybe you left it there. I
left them where they were.
Okay.
What counts are those?
I mean, he's 4 and 5. It's $7,500.
Count 4 and 5, you have additional charges. On count 4 and 5, and your bonds are $1,000 per count. All right? Thank you.
Thank you, Judge. We're all clear at the meeting.
All
See you
right.
in court tomorrow,
Good
Judge.
luck. Thank you. Okay. Okay. You took care of Melissa Penton, right? How about Olivia
Yes.
Todd? Olivia Todd? Hello, man.
Yes, Ryan.
This time, you have a hearing.
It's Admiral.
See,
A felony was already taken care of.
This is was this originally a Hollywood ammo?
is this
Yes.
what was the felony, do we know?
It was a real cocaine.
Do you know what your sentence is up?
You get her. You got the rest of the month to get her back in here into.
Ma'am, what is your address going to be when you're released from custody?
2210 North Surf Road, sir. Hollywood, Florida 33020.
Okay, I'm going to release you on your own recognizance on this, all right? You'll have to come back.
Yes,
to
sir.
court. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes. How about, did we ever handle Eric Fetty or Fett?
I don't think so.
Eric Fett or Fetty?
That's. Oh yeah, that's another. That's another ammo. Yeah, I think. Yeah, I think you did. Eric Fett.
Dina Myers.
I think that was handled too for some reason.
No, Broward, Your Honor.
On Myers. One moment, Judge.
Okay, go ahead. Dina Myers.
She's just, I believe she.
The felony's gonna take a while.
Okay. Do you know how it was resolved though?
I mean, no, dismissed. Oh,
Okay.
this is the girl, she's a twin. The twin is on probation. So they dismissed the BOP because they put it on her. It's not her, it's her sister.
So do we have the right?
So she doesn't have a felony. Yeah, these new charges were against her.
Against
The new charge.
her.
Yeah, yes. They just, all that's happened is the VOP holds is they got rid of it.
So she's got a resisting arrest and a trespassing, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Ma'am, is there anything else holding her?
Not, I don't know,
Ma'am,
Judge. Yeah, but
They twins.
Dina, would you like to plead no contest to resisting arrest and trespassing today?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand we're not going to have a trial? You're not going to have your day in court on this? It's going to be over with today?
Thank you.
Well, do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
How do you plead, ma'am?
I plead no contest.
Okay, I'll withhold adjudication. Good luck. What about Kevin Bernard?
Come on, Bernard.
Copy, Your Honor.
So what happened to your probation matters, Mr. Bernard?
They had I have a sentence.
What's the sentence?
I'm checking for his expected release date, Judge.
March 30th,
Okay.
2016.
And I don't know that this charge has been filed, so.
Yeah, I'm going to just take no action, let you go see your judge on this. You're going to be in custody anyway, so between now and March, you'll see your judge on this theft case, all right? Thank you. How about, did I already take care of Montgomery? Yeah. Right?
Yes,
Albert?
Albert sent to the division.
To division. Yep. And Albert. Excuse me.
Was it a school?
So what do I do about the Dina Mars? We have Dana and Dina.
There's nothing really to do because it was a 94806. So it's just gonna. I'm guessing that the probation officer is just not going to prepare a warrant
About
because it's a different
Brittany
person.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
I think this is just a second one.
Hold on one moment, Miss.
Yeah, that's what this is. Oh man.
Here you go. Ms. Head, you're charged with petty theft, possession of a controlled substance, a third-degree felony, paraphernalia. Ma'am, you've been in jail now a few days. How come you have not bonded out yet? Am I on?
You're on.
Ms. Head, can you hear me?
Yes.
How come you're still in jail? Why didn't you put up a bond to get out of jail?
I don't have a way to pay bond.
Okay, how long have you lived down here in South Florida, ma'am?
23 years.
Okay, do you have family down here?
Yes.
Who do you have?
My mom and my grandma.
Have you been in touch with them?
Not really since I've been here. I haven't been able to call them or anything.
Well, who do you live with?
My mom and my grandma.
Well, you've been missing for a few days, so I can imagine they would know you're in jail, right?
Yeah, they do.
Okay, so
Um,
what type of work were you doing before you were arrested?
I was a cashier.
Okay. And did
Yeah,
you
you
have any
raised
money
them.
in the bank?
No.
you raised her bonds because of priors.
Okay, let me look here. You said she's had a prior worthless check, drug paraphernalia, petty theft, marijuana, dealing in stolen property, false ownership of pawn items. And set her bond, let me look here. Do you have any children now?
No, Your Honor.
Yeah. Do you have the PC? Okay, you have it. She took a wallet from an elderly victim out of their
That's right.
their shopping cart.
Right. Okay, ma'am, I'm gonna send this right to the division. Let your division judge handle this, ma'am. Thank you. Is that it?
Does anyone else have any? I mean, I guess you just asked if anyone has anyone.
Is there anyone who hasn't been called yet?
I guess don't.
Guess that's it. Okay, that's a wrap, everyone. We'll see everyone back here today. Tomorrow morning, I have extradition at 8:15. That throws me in here about quarter of. So we'll see everyone in here bright and early tomorrow morning. Thank you. We're out from 2:35.